Hi everyone, my name is Cassie and welcome to my channel Bookish 4 Eyes. This is my May TBR video. I haven't been making a lot of TBRs lately because I've had so many library books and they just kept coming and coming and I couldn't really plan for what I was going to read next, but I've decided to kind of cool it a little bit on the library books so I'd be able to get through some of the books that I have here. So let's get right to it. The very first book is Smoke Gets in Your Eye by Caitlin Doherty, and I recently read another book of hers that's called From Here to Eternity, and she is a mortician. She focuses a lot on the topic of death, dying, all like the procedures that go into it, all the different ways that you can choose to preserve your body, and you can decide what to do with your body and different things like that. This book is basically about her experiences as a mortician, working in a crematorium and having to deal with all kinds of things that come up, and most people don't really know about it, and most people also really shy away from that topic, and that's why it's really fascinating for me because I'm genuinely curious as someone who knows nothing about it, and she is just such a great and interesting writer. She puts a nice twist of humor in all the things that she talks about, and she's just a really interesting person to kind of get to know a little bit better. She also has a YouTube channel where she talks about different things people ask her and just interesting things in general, so definitely check it out if the topic sounds like something you'd like to explore a little bit better. The next book is a recent release. It's called The Elizas by Sarah Shepard. You might know Sarah Shepard from her books Pretty Little Liar, and it's also a TV show. I have to confess that I've only seen a couple of episodes, maybe not even a whole episode, maybe just one episode of Pretty Little Liars, so I just vaguely know what it's about, and I know it's a YA book and there's like 10 books or something, 7 or 10 books, I don't know, there's a lot of books. I haven't read them, but this one is her first adult novel, I believe, and this one is about a girl named Eliza who's a writer, and she ends up getting pushed into a pool. People think that she actually tried to commit suicide, but she claims that she didn't, so she's trying to figure out who pushed her into the pool, what actually happened with that, and the closer that her book release gets, the more stuff starts happening and the more she kind of doesn't really know who to trust and who the friends are and what's going on. So it sounds like a really twisted kind of read, but I'm all about that, so I'm looking forward to getting around to reading this book. This next book has received a lot of praise, so I'm very excited to finally get to read it. It's called Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward, and this book has won a bunch of awards too. I received it a while ago from Book of the Month Club. It's September 2017 actually, so you know, I've had this for a while and I've been really wanting to read it and I've heard great things, but for some reason I just haven't picked it up yet. So this is about a boy whose father is incarcerated and his mother struggles with a drug problem, and this happens, I guess the majority of his books takes place while they're going to pick up his father from jail, so it's like his mother, him, and I'm not sure whoever else, but they're all just traveling to pick up his father, and they're kind of, I don't know, discussing things in the car, and there's also some kind of some visions that he has, or there's like ghosts that he sees, something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure what this is about, but that's just the gist of what I gathered from hearing different people talk about it. So it sounds interesting, and I mean, this book has received so much praise, so I'm just very excited to finally pick it up and to read it for myself. And it's actually, I think it's a pretty short book and the writing is like pretty large, so I think it'll be a pretty quick read, and I'm just excited to finally get to it. Last but not least, this book called Swimming Lessons, which is another Book of the Month Club book that I've abandoned and haven't read. This is December 2016. So I've had this book for a very, very long time and haven't read it. And I guess that puts into perspective that I really need to read more of my books. But this is about a woman who decides to leave her husband, and she starts writing letters about their marriage and leaving them in all the books in their home. She eventually disappears and no one knows what happened to her. She left her husband with 2 daughters. Eventually, as time goes on, her husband sees someone in a store window or something, and he thinks it's her, but he doesn't know for sure. And their daughters are also trying to figure out what happened to their mother, where she went, what happened. And basically, this is a book about marriage, how complicated it is, and all of the kind of little things that go into it and how it all breaks down. So it sounds like a really complicated and heartbreaking read, but sometimes I'm just in the mood for those kinds of books, so I'm looking forward to reading it. So that's it for my May TBR. Please let me know if you've read any of these books, and also please let me know if there's any books that you're really excited to read in the month of May. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.